Welcome to another special episode of the Cooperative Game Chat. I am the Wiz.
And I'm Zero.
Zero, I kind of have to apologize to you and everybody who's listening. Something happened to our recording on Tuesday, and I'm not happy with it. And, you know, I couldn't release the recording the way it was. So there was a whole episode that we had planned. I was supposed to drop it on Wednesday, and I had to scrap it. So instead, we're gonna do a special episode since this is the time that we've been able to grab, and I think this is gonna be for the better because a lot more has happened during the week that we can discuss in this special episode. So with that, why don't we just get started? What do you say, Zero?
Yeah, we'll kick off with the um, news from Rockstar. Um, with the separate release of GTA Online as its own separate feature on uh, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series S and Series X, uh, Rockstar has decided to go the mobile phone game path with a premium pass that they call GTA Plus, and it's just like one of the little mobile game monthly passes where you get a whole bunch of stuff. It is priced at $6 per month.
Hmm. I mean, okay, $6 per month isn't bad, but this reminds me of Fallout 76 with its was it Fallout 1? Is it what it's called?
Yeah, I think it's like the Fallout 1 pass or something,
Yeah,
something to that tune or so.
where if you're really into the game, you get all these special rewards, and I think there was also things things that involve the servers as well. But um, I think it's ballsy. I think to be completely honest, but I think you mentioned to me as well. They just released the GTA Online for free on PlayStation and for cheap on Xbox. So I guess there's that where you can get the game for cheap, and it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel as scummy as a $60 game. Now you have to spend another 7 just to get special perks. So there's that. Um,
Yeah. And yeah, it when I saw the announcement and read all the perks, I was like, wow, this sounds 100% just like a premium pass for a mobile game because you get 500,000 in GTA cash per month. Um, you'll get some special car perks and mods from the car shop in GTA Online, and then apparently if you're one of the few folks who owns a yacht, you can then upgrade it to a super yacht
I
for
don't know what that
free.
means.
Yeah, I guess if you own like a literal yacht in the game, then you'll just get like this gigantic one that you can land helicopters and stuff on it. I'm assuming.
Hmm.
You'll get a special set of clothes that are only going to be available for anyone who subscribes to the service. And then the big things that you're probably going to be buying the pass for is triple prize payouts for the street races,
Hmm.
uh, free entry fees to car meetups, and then you'll get a double rep multiplier when you're doing any of the street races. So that's really probably what most people are going to be buying GTA Plus for, I assume, just to really get all those gains from all the races and stuff.
I wonder if this is going to be a big advantage for players who are playing the game if they get this. Like just a half a million in GTA bucks. I don't really know the economy of that game. It sounds like a lot, but I I can only imagine that if that might hurt the economy a little bit if you're giving someone $500,000 for $6 and then giving them all this stuff as well on there. So I wonder how this is going to hurt the economy of the game.
Yeah, I'll be curious as well too, because Because yeah, just trying to see how much the shark cards go for and everything, just to kind of get a perspective.
Let's find out.
Okay. So apparently a tiger shark card is $5 and you get $200,000 in GTA Online cash.
Mm-hmm.
And then for half a million, that's about um $10 for uh PS for the PS platforms and Xbox One.
Okay.
So basically you're getting $10 a month in GTA cash for free on top of all the other perks.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, this is strange. It says this is a breakdown for just the first month of the membership.
Yeah, I guess they haven't quite figured out everything they're going to do, but yeah, just if I remember right, I think the cash infusion is really the only constant. Yeah, being a GTA Plus member will get you a recurring monthly uh, half a million dollars in GTA cash direct deposited into your Maze Bank account.
Hmm. Okay.
So yeah,
Now we both don't play this game. Let's be upfront. Um, I played it for a little bit when it started and fell off of it instantly. I don't know exactly what was your how was your experience with GTA Online?
have not even set foot into it.
Oh, okay.
I've only played the single player stuff because I actually quite liked GTA 4's single player stuff, especially the DLC campaigns. Like the Ballad of Gay Tony, I thought was really fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, overall, I think my commentary is, wow, this is a bold move from Rockstar to try to go mobile game style and just try to get some regular recurring revenue with just the um, GTA Plus service.
I mean, I I wouldn't have an issue with it if it wasn't free. It was if it was free to play. It technically is not. They're just giving it a limited time for you to get it free on one platform.
Yep.
Um, and it seems like a lot of this stuff. It seems like it's useful. I just wonder if there's a lot of players who've been playing it for a long time who have all the stuff already and won't get much out of it except for $500,000, which may not be much anyway. So I don't know. I'm not sure who this is benefiting, and unless we play the game, we're never gonna know. So um, I would, but I think we should broaden this out a little bit to talk about games in general and what the possibility is of this type of microtransaction or this type of membership is to happen on different games. I mean, we already have battle passes, we already have season passes. The last game that had this type of this membership was Fallout 76, and from what I hear, despite Fallout 76 being a mess when it came out, it actually is pretty profitable. So,
Yeah, and the Fallout First service it gives you one significant perk, which is important to some people, but the ability to run private instance games.
oh yeah,
Um, they make it sound like it's a private server, but I think in all actuality, the server's probably not even a real hardware one. It's probably just a virtualized instance server. So, but yeah, that's really something that I can kind of understand. If someone's really into Fallout 76 and they want to make sure that, just they have a game that they can maintain control over and just invite trusted friends and whatnot, then yeah, just I can definitely see people paying for Fallout 76, but I'm seeing some of the internet reactions to this whole Fallout or GTA Plus plan,
hmm
and apparently half a million is the half a million in cash per month is apparently nothing considering most most cars cost about 1.5 million. So if
Hmm.
you wait 3 months, then cool, you get a free car. But some people were saying that the 500,000 might cover uh, customizing and modifying your car to do some of the race missions and stuff like that.
Huh.
Um, Apparently, the free car that's in there is kind of one of those, hey, it's nice, but it's not really it's not really a OP car or really good car. It's just kind of it's an all right kind of car.
Gives you a
Uh,
taste of what a good car could be, so you go ahead and want to upgrade it later.
yep.
Sounds like
And
okay.
then and then the 50K car meet fee that's being waived, that's apparently just not even worth a mention.
Hmm.
The yacht upgrade is sort of like a 1% player sort of thing because apparently yachts in the game are super expensive.
Okay.
So it's kind of a hey, if you're already flexing with a yacht, then you can get an even bigger yacht to flex even harder.
Okay.
Um, the free clothes, um, people are saying, just most of the clothes in GTA Online just look gaudy, so they expect that whatever these clothes are, they're probably going to look terrible.
Hmm.
And then three three exclusive liveries for three cars. It's just kind of nothing is what the community is feeling on it. And then the bonus multipliers, they're just like, it looks like the stuff that you get from the weekly from the weekly missions and stuff,
Hmm.
um, but it's specifically just tailored towards the race missions, and there's nothing saying that they're going to put multipliers on the one mission type that the community plays the most, which is the heist missions.
Okay.
So, but the talk is that it's probably still going to get a lot of people to sign up, but apparently just overall, it's not really that great of a package at the price of $6 per month.
It sounds almost like for beginners or people who are starting, this might be a good idea.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a great little catch-up plan, but
Hmm.
yeah, just for anyone who has sunk years and years into GTA Online, it just sounds like this is a little bit kind of um, empty to really even consider.
So, okay, this is common in what we use in mobile games. I believe some MMOs have this too. I mean, there are two MMOs that are big that still have monthly fees. So there's that. Lost
Yeah,
Ark.
because yeah, Lost Ark actually has sort of a monthly premium plan in the form of the Crystalline Aura.
Yeah, I get that.
So yeah, that would be really the best way to sort of compare the GTA Online service
Right.
or the GTA Plus service.
So the question really is now, if this becomes a big deal, or if this becomes successful, which it probably will be. Let's be honest. It will more than likely be a success because it's probably it sounds like it's low cost with a good amount of markup that whoever buys it is just going to be extra gravy on top for take two. With that said, what other games that are in the non-mobile, non free to play game area do you think would have the balls to actually do this?
Hmm.
I have one subset that I think would attempt this. NBA 2K.
Oh yeah, especially with how predatory 2K is. Yeah, I could definitely see it.
Oh, like if they said, "Hey, you could spend $100 on getting these coins to get these cards, or you can spend $10 and we'll give you X amount of packs every month." I I think that would get more people to buy it. And let's be honest, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again: the sports fans, the sports gamers, have zero problems with these predatory online gambling and online DLC. They have zero problem with it. I mean, there was an uproar about 2 or 3 years ago about NBA 2K and their use of slot machines and roulette wheels. And
Yeah, I remember it was a video of I forget who the basketball player was, but like he was sitting on his couch
yeah,
and just he breaks into one of these packs and then the pack then shows a slot machine and then
yeah,
the slot machine goes into a bonus mode with a spinning wheel and it was just madness. I was
yeah.
just like, you've got to be kidding. This is not a real thing. And
Well,
I looked harder. I was like, oh my goodness, it is a real
yeah.
thing.
And you know what they did? They didn't do it for that year, but the following year they brought it all back because basically the community didn't care. So
Jeez.
yeah, so you would have like people like Yang Yan and Jim Sterling, who Stephanie Sterling. I gotta do that. I gotta keep doing that. Um, that's her name. I mean,
Yeah.
anyway. Um, they went on a rail over this, and it should have been because it was gross. But you have the you have the online presence of the people who play these games, such as NBA 2K and Madden, who are like, I don't see what the big deal is. And these are people who are YouTubers who are like, I spend 10K a year on this and I have fun. Why is that a problem? 10K a year. FIFA. We were another topic we might have been able to talk about, which we decided not to. But FIFA, you spend gobs of money to try and get a good team in that, and again, the YouTubers who play nothing but FIFA have no problem with it. And
Yeah.
they cater to a group of gamers who have no problem with it either. So sports gamers are probably the next group that are going to be dealt with this, and they are going to go for it no matter what. So there you go. And I'm sort of guilty because I play MLB. I play the show, and the show is probably the least predatory of them, but they're still predatory. They're still, you can still play the game for free and get a decent team, but if you don't, but you'd have to know life the game still in order to actually get a good team. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. But yeah, sports games I think are the big ones that are gonna utilize this. Which
Yeah, I could definitely see it, especially like the example scenario you gave, where just they can incentivize the buyers and say, hey, you know, if you buy the subscription, then you get extra packs for the My Team mode
yeah,
or whatever, and just any of the people who are really into that, they're just going to be like, extra packs means extra chances for a bigger advantage. Heck yeah, let me sign up and do that.
yeah, and I get the excitement of it, but I just can't stand. Like I used to be able to play all the sports games. Like 10 or 15 years ago, I used to play all the sports games. The FIFA, MLB The Show, Madden. Now I can only play one because NBA has a great system when it comes to the actual gameplay, but it is so damn predatory. Like even single player content requires DLC that you have to pay money for. It's horrendous, and I just don't want to give them money. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
So, um, what else? What else could do it? Um, it would have to be an online game that does the weekly and daily content grind and of course requires it to be online all the time. And hmm, I'm just trying to think of a game that, besides the sports game, of course, that I wouldn't be shocked if they went and did this.
Yeah, I'm having trouble other than just sports games. MMOs already do it
Yeah,
to a degree.
Destiny.
Uh, oh yeah,
Destiny could definitely
Destiny.
do it.
Yeah, especially since it's a shooter in an MMO light skin. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Multiplayer games like Halo Infinite can do it. Like there, this isn't out of the realm of possibility. It's just the first time that a big like a big franchise has decided to try it out, and I don't see how this could fail. I only see this succeeding. So yeah, that's another thing we have to worry about.
Yep. So, and I think I agree with some of the internet commentary that yeah, while this isn't gonna make huge waves for longtime veteran players, it's definitely going to make waves with new players or people who just want extra gravy on top for their GTA Online experience. So
Yeah.
yeah, just it's unfortunately probably going to be a success.
So
So
it doesn't look like it's going to hurt the economy because you're only giving them like a slight amount of benefits and free cash, but it's just enough for them to, I guess, dive into the economy and get certain things.
yep.
Okay, I mean, God, it feels scummy, but I know that it's kind of par for the course. But I don't know. I don't feel great about it. All right.
I don't either, but yeah, we can probably jump to the next topic.
Okay. So the final topic, we normally don't do rumors. That is because rumors, especially on the internet, tend most likely to be false, and they tend to be unreliable. However, this rumor has been going on for the past 2 months, and there have been credible reports. There's reports from credible reporters that have all been saying that this is coming, and it's coming very soon. This is the Codename Spartacus Game Pass that is coming from PlayStation. Now, first, Spartacus is a terrible name for a Game Pass, so I hope they're changing that. They
Yeah,
probably
I
they
think it's
probably
a
are.
code
Yeah,
name,
it's a Codename.
so
It's probably are, but
yeah.
it just makes no sense as a for what it is. Like Spartacus, come on. Anyway, um, but yeah, there are reports that by next week, which will be next week, I'll have this out by Saturday. But uh, by next week, the Sony is going to announce this Game Pass initiative, and from the previous reports, if I remember correctly, I don't know if you remember, but I'll try and remember. I think it was a basic pass for about $10, which just had PlayStation games or like recent PlayStation games.
I don't think pricing has been announced,
No, it's
but
not.
basically, at least from what I remember, is uh, there will be three tiers. You'll have the lowest tier, which essentially will just be PlayStation Plus as it currently stands. So just the couple free
Yes.
games per month, the basic ability to log online and go do multiplayer stuff, and that's about it. And
Hmm.
then you get to the mid tier, which that's where you can start renting and borrowing games from the Game Pass like service. And at this level, I think it's only just um, PS4 and PS5 stuff.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
it isn't until you get to the premium tier that the top tier, that's where you get into the stuff like being able uh, to get PS3 games, potentially PS2 games have been speculated, and even as far as PS1 games as well too. Um, and the ability to completely stream PS5 games.
Hmm.
So, so if you're away from home and you just want to get some game time in, then you can just break out your phone or your tablet and a PlayStation controller and just put some more time in on whatever PS5 game that you're binging on. And um, and I think that's really one of the bigger top tier features uh, for for this premium tier. That and well, the ability to play stuff much farther in the PlayStation back catalog as well.
Yeah. So my feeling of the rumor of this, we're still calling it a rumor, even though it sounds like it's happening, and even if it doesn't happen next week, it's definitely happening. Um, I don't know if you agree with that or not, but
Yeah, I mean, I could potentially see something like a little surprise surprise announcement from PlayStation via a PlayStation blog announcement. So,
that would be a weak way to announce it.
oh yeah,
That would be weak. This would be to me a surprise commercial, surprise state of play that would announce it. Not a tech blog thing. This should be something that if if you're being serious with it, then you would do it that way. If you're just going to announce it off the blog, then it kind of shows that you're only half in it.
yeah,
But you're probably right. That's probably how they're going to announce it. Um, the key things to note is that they're not including new releases in this pass. That's been the one thing that people like Jeff Grubb have been saying about this, that they're not going to have like Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok when it comes out on
yep,
this Game Pass. You're still going to have to pay $70 for that game, which kind of defeats the purpose of getting this pass. Unless you really are jonesing for the PS1, PS2, and PS3 games, which I guess you could be, and you could be excited for that. I'd be interested in that, but I don't know if I'd be interested in paying $20 a month.
yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they price this because Game Pass right now is priced pretty well, and
Mm-hmm.
it's great for families and gamers on a budget, especially like you said, the big point of Game Pass is just being able to buy or basically buy the Game Pass and play some of the newest games without even purchasing them. So like Halo Infinite, being able to just kind of jump in and play that for free is just it's just
Or
completely wild.
or just having this whole catalog of games that you can play at any time, like from Bethesda. Like
Yep.
you can play all the Wolfenstein games if you want. That's cool. I mean that to me
Yeah.
is also worth it. Like it's one of those sticky things where it's there and most people won't engage with it because they'll always say I have that anytime. I'll play that anytime. I don't have to, and they never will. But just that thought of them being able to do it is enough for them to want want to engage with the service.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And I think really the interesting thing is the fact that with Xbox at least, Starfield being an Xbox exclusive right
Yes.
now, that's just going to be huge for Game Pass. And with Sony's approach of not putting any major titles as being first day accessible, um, it's going to be hard to make a really good value proposition uh, to people who may have both a PlayStation 5 console and an Xbox console in their house. You may just have people go, well, you know, there's no point in there's no point in just getting the PlayStation service when the Xbox One just provides so much better service and perks. So, thanks PlayStation, but no thanks.
Or it could be even worse than that. It could be people get the pass, and then they say, "Well, I'm waiting a year after a game releases to get it on the pass, than spending $70 to get the game."
Yep.
Like I could see a lot of people doing that, and even if they have that FOMO, that I hate saying that, but even if they have that feeling that they're gonna miss out with the collective of playing a certain game, most people will say, "Well, I spent $20 for this pass. I'm gonna wait until it comes out the pass because I have all these other games to play, and I'll just wait until it comes out on that, and I'd be happy." So
Yep.
you're the whole point of doing the pass of doing Game Pass for Microsoft. It was an interruption of spending of people spending $70 per game instead of giving them $20 a month to just play a bunch of games. And the hope is that you're not using a lot of those games to play. You're just using one or two, but you have the pass and you're paying $20 and you're happy.
Yep.
So again, I don't with the strategy that Sony is going to have with this. I don't know how successful it will be. I well, okay, it will be successful to a point, but I don't think it will be as competitive as Game Pass is with Xbox. So it's a half step really, and I'm interested, but I'm not entirely excited about this pass right now. Is that it?
Yeah. Ultimately, I think it's just going to be more more interesting to watch how PlayStation will choose to move,
Mm.
because if they sort of if they sort of phone it in, then it's just going to be a real sad thing to see, because more competition is always good.
Right.
And I would love to see something really give Microsoft reason to maybe step up with their services, or maybe try to up the ante. Just something to make Game Pass not sit on its laurels. So that's really what I want to see. But just the more and more that I've read on the rumors and speculations of Spartacus, I'm just like, yeah, this doesn't look like there's going to be much movement forward. It's just going to be, hey, well, see, we tried. You all wanted something like Game Pass, so, you know, um, we tried and you guys didn't like it, so, um, just, I guess we won't do anything again.
Yeah, I love the reasoning of that too, because it's yeah, we did it and you didn't want it, so obviously you didn't want it. Well, no, it just wasn't as good. So, God, like I said, I think it will be a success to a point. I don't think it will hit what Game Pass for Xbox has, but uh, they have to do something to differentiate it from Xbox. Because if you're just doing a light version of that with some older PS1, PS2 games, I I don't see a lot of people really interested in that. I mean, there are people who are interested in older games. Don't get me wrong, but let's look at Nintendo for example. Nintendo drip feeds their games that they're releasing, and that's $20 a month for the NES and Super NES, and 50 for the N64.
The N64 and Genesis.
Yeah. Do you think that PlayStation is gonna do more than that? I don't think so. I think they're gonna do the Nintendo route and just give you little by little. Oh, this month we're doing Jet Moto, yay, and
Yeah.
and go from there. I like it's definitely a show me thing where you have to prove that you're gonna give a good product, but I don't see with how the rumors have been, how the speculation has been, and how Sony has been with older titles, and how their thought process is with them, especially from their president, Jim Ryan. I I don't see them doing much with it, and just saying that we have a pass.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that that's really just comes back to just how I feel this is going to pan out. It's just going to be Sony sort of lazily phoning it in and going, "See, we put something out, buy it." And then when people don't, and it'll be either or well, um, since you all just don't seem to care, well, we don't see much incentive to add more stuff to our service, and we're just going to slowly drip feed stuff very painfully. And of course, um, when that happens, just you're gonna have a whole bunch of people just frustrated and going, "Wow, just I guess basic um, basic tier PlayStation Plus service for me."
If that, I mean, if the oh well, you have to do it according to this because that's PlayStation Plus essentially, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the basic tier will literally just be the current PlayStation Plus that we know now.
Oh, are they gonna pull what Microsoft tried to pull a year ago or 2 years ago by getting rid of Xbox Live and making it $10 a month? Are they gonna pull that? Do you remember that
Um,
a couple of years ago where they doubled the price of Xbox Live in order to get you to get Xbox Game Pass?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like they might pull that, and that would be a mistake in itself. Because if you're saying it's $10 a month for that, and you're only getting PlayStation Plus, that just seems like, I mean, why would you do that when you can get PlayStation Plus for $60? Unless they're going to change that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, especially if the speculation that Sony will be making the announcement for their new Game Pass competing service next week. So I'll really be curious on how things will run when we get the announcement, be it next week or whenever in the future they decide on it. Especially in my case because um, when I just got my PS5 last year, I was just like, all right, well, since PlayStation Plus is pretty much required to play anything online, I guess I'll buy 1 year. And then my brother-in-law ended up gifting me a um, another year of PlayStation Plus
Hmm.
for Christmas. So I was like, oh, cool. I've got 2 years of PlayStation Plus. Great. Because
Nice.
if they change the plan up, does that mean I get 2 years of PlayStation Plus? Do I get to go to an upgrade path that gives me a discount for the next 2 years? That's really where I'm going to be curious on
Hmm.
how they end up treating current PlayStation Plus members because um, yeah, if Sony overplays their hand, then yeah, I could see a lot of people going, okay, I guess I'm just gonna, buy as many PlayStation Plus cards as I can and then just start burning those up the minute that I start running out of service time and everything.
How will this affect third-party sales, or how third parties engage with these passes? Because if there's now two passes, are they all going to just go to both passes, or is this going to be one where Ubisoft will exclusively be on the Sony pass, and this studio will be exclusively on the Xbox pass? Are we going to have that kind of problem now, where in order to get the best of all gaming, we're gonna have to buy both systems, get both passes, and basically that's it. Plus, spend $70 on new games. Like this, what makes I think we've already said this, but what makes the Xbox Game Pass really good is the fact that you can play new games on it. The fact that you get older games on there after 3 months is great too, but if you're getting brand new games, that the value cost is there. My issue is there's no value to having the PlayStation one, because if you're saying you're only going to get games that are 3 months old or 6 months old, at that point I could probably get those games pretty cheap, and I don't have to spend 3 or 4 months worth of the Game Pass to finally get the one game I want to play, where I could have used that $40, get the game on its own, and be fine.
Yeah, so I think I say it for the both of us, but
Uh-huh.
it'll definitely be curious to see how things play out, especially if this rumor that the announcement is going to happen next week. I think all eyes will be on Sony.
Yeah, and they have to be. I really would find it odd that they would do this and not be competitive. That that's the one thing that puzzles me on this. So,
Yeah.
all right.
Uh,
Well, I guess that is it, Zero, for this special episode of the Cooperative Game Chat. Thank you all for being patient this week. Again, I'm sorry about what happened with the last episode. You missed a doozy, but apparently so did I, because I can only hear one part of the conversation, so that sucked. Yeah. So with that, I'm the Wiz,
I'm Zero.
and we'll talk to you on, well, next week. Yeah, next week, right, Zero? We're still doing
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
Yeah? You
And
sure?
hopefully, Spartacus ends up being revealed, and we can talk further on however that shakes down.
Yeah. I don't think it will, though. I'm just guessing. You know?
Yeah.
We already said goodbye, but yeah. I don't think it's going to be announced next week. I think it will be probably sooner. That would be an E3 thing if they ever did E3. But all right. Talk to you next week.